Welcome back to the High Peak Trail. We're come today just to carry on the story, starting from Middleton top again. This is where we left that last episode.
Yeah.
We walked up from the real High Peak junction on the junction with the Ambergate to Matlock line. During the conception of the Cromford and High Peak Railway, canals were in fashion and railways hadn't really taken off yet. The line exists as there was a desire to connect the Peak Forest Canal and Manchester's industry in the west to the Cromford Canal and the various industry in the East Midlands. A canal was considered, but the number of locks to cross the Peak District would be enormous. So instead, a tram road or tramway was decided to be the way forward, horse-drawn with rope inclines at several locations to pull the wagons up the steep gradients. An extremely ambitious venture at the time, coming only a handful of years after the Stockton and Darlington Railway. This makes it one of the world's oldest railways. A 33-mile-long line opened at the turn of the 1830s, connecting the two canals, and shortly after, the horses were replaced with steam engines. We'll see as we progress down the line various challenges that ultimately led to the line's closure. Apart from a few quarry lines, the railway closed in stages up to 1967. These days, a large portion of the line can be enjoyed on the High Peak Trail. Here we are back at Middleton top. It's very different weather to when we finished out that last day of recording. I mean, I'm surprised we can see top at chimney with mist we've just drove past. There is a bit of work being done on the wheels. Yeah. Yeah, they've taken out the spinny thing as well.
I wonder what that were doing there.
Yeah.
I thought it was some plastic.
It's not open today, or it might well be open today actually. It's just it's a little bit early. It's only 9 o'clock. It's the end of September now. What's the date? I don't even know what date it is. What date is it? 24th. 24th, yeah. And it was the beginning of August when we did the last load of filming. So the weather has changed quite a lot. It's still quite warm, but it's very misty. I don't know what the visibility is going to be like today. But we were just saying when we're driving up, this is what it's like. You know, it's not all sunshine. And this railway worked all through the year, so they'd have had to face challenges of the weather, of the mist, and the snow, and the rain.
It'd nice to be in snow if it was clean, lovely snow, wouldn't it? Can you imagine how nice it would be?
Yeah. Oh, I suppose the hardest thing about coming up here to see the snow is actually getting up here. Yeah, driving up the roads. So we mentioned a little bit about the quarry, this little I've still never got to the bottom of it, this little kind of siding here with like like a wharf or something here from the quarry. We've got a quarry just down on here, and if we look at the old maps, Redhill Quarry, that's it, yeah. I forgot what that was called, so that sign's right on cue. There was a line on the old maps that went down into this quarry, yeah. No, that's not a diagram, Phil, that's a caterpillar. That's just a photo of a caterpillar.
Yeah, well, from a distance it could have been more informative.
I think it's just a rock, isn't it, that rather than a buttress.
Surely that was something, it was random.
It's
Things
very
put there, 2 pieces, look.
It's very square, isn't it?
It's been put on for some reason. And there's other rocks there, so they seem to be suspiciously in line. Maybe this had something to do with getting rocks out and up onto, loading bay.
The camera's not steamed up, just to make you aware, it is that misty. So as I've just been saying, this on the maps has got, there is a marked line going from the top down into this quarry. Now it is a little bit of a drop, so you'd imagine it's going to be incline worked. Horse incline, I don't know the dates, don't know when this operated. Just having a see. For me, coming and doing this series on this line is just as much about travelling the route of the line. It's about seeing everything that the line passes, all these joining little bits of industry, the quarries, all the workings, and what was that? Just scurrying in it were huge.
I don't know what it was, but it went to squirrel, I can tell you that.
Yeah, so that's Redhill Quarry. Just an abandoned scar now. There's no workings or there's no mechanical things left inside this one like we've seen in some of the other ones. So here we are, leaving Middleton top out into the wilderness. This is where it starts getting wild, isn't it? 1.25 miles.
Pennine Bridleway, or is that another offshoot?
This is part of the Pennine Bridleway, yeah, a longer distance path. It's starting to rain now as well, so we're walking into the wind, so it's starting to get a little bit of moisture on the camera lens. I don't think I've done a wet video since I was up in Cumbria at Smardale Gill Viaduct. Momentary shelter in this cutting from the wind. Little information board. We're just next to Intake Quarry now. Wobbly bricks. Old maps show sidings leading into the quarry from the Cromford and High Peak. Past workings of the quarry include Wobbly, which explains the bricks, and the Redhill ironworks. Gated off from the public, a quick internet search shows that there have been many incidents involving falling rocks recently, and steps have been taken to prevent people from entering the quarry site. The quarry was active until the 1960s. Look at these cuttings. Really imposing. Really deep cutting here. We're just on the approach to Hopton Tunnel. It's just going to come into view just in front here. There's a really weird mist just hanging around the entrance to this tunnel. It's really eerie, isn't it?
It's starting to smell like a tunnel now, isn't it, as well? You know, even if they didn't brickline this tunnel, I can't imagine that ever collapsing because it's just solid rock, isn't it?
Must have took some work to get through this. It's only... What is it going under? Just like a rocky outcrop?
Yeah. They didn't want to go over it, did they, look? And they surveyed it, so they thought, oh, we'll just blast that out, it won't take us long, but a fair lot of rocks been took out.
And look at that stack up there. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess they started quarrying and, you know, getting all this rock and eventually thought, okay, lads, we better tunnel this last section, you know what I mean? Because it's fairly high here, isn't it?
It's one of only 2 tunnels on the line, isn't it?
Yeah, the other one's not very big though.
Yeah, sorry, 3 tunnels, because there's Burbage as well, isn't there?
Yeah, true, there's that one.
It's just really eerie. It's like, you know, when you wake up in the morning and your eyes are blurry and the mist in the tunnel.
That focus on you, sort of looking through it.
The camera's just picking up on moisture.
Yeah. So what is that then?
Soft. No. I think that's spray concrete, isn't it?
They've sprayed it out, look. You can see it by the pattern, it's been sprayed.
There's a pipe there, look.
They've sprayed over that pipe, yeah. They had to put a couple of strengthens in there.
And there's some of the walls there. It's just rock, isn't it? That's been skillfully blasted. Once again, I've come out without my torch.
I want to invest in something.
This thing, bracket hanging down, assuming it's telegraph, is it? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Cabling of some sort. Right, so that's Hopton Tunnel. Not a massively long one. Very dark. I'm kicking myself for not bringing that light, but that light's not great anyway.
You still struggle because of mist, I think.
Yeah, it's the mist in there and the moisture. It's just weird. I've never experienced that with the camera before. So, after Hopton Tunnel, we should. Is it Hopton Incline next?
Yep.
Oh. So only 100 yards ago we was in that huge tunnel, and look at the size of this embankment now down there. We've got another quarry line going off. This line of trees here, that was another branch that curved off here up towards the Hopton Wood Quarry. And here is that Hopton Wood Quarry Branch leaving the main line. We can't walk down the track bed, but we can see the definition of the line and the retaining walls. Old maps illustrate a stone sawmill, lead shafts and lime kilns. And at the turn of the 20th century, the branch line is still present on maps labelled as a tramway. Take note of this bridge a short way up the branch line. We're going to be seeing that in a few minutes' time. Right, let's have a look at the Hopton Wood little branch. Look at this retaining wall. So yeah, as you can guess, because we've got a little bridge here, that branch line is on the top of his here. Look at the retaining wall on this. That's fantastic, isn't it? Both sides. We've got this little archway, this little bridge going over. I mean, what a feat of engineering. Look at the size of the rocks and the bricks used to construct. What a masonry work of art this is, Phil.
Aye.
Look at it. It's like that, isn't it? It's like a mosaic. It's just all fitted together perfectly. They don't use mortar on these, do they?
No.
They're just fitted together like a dry stone wall. And back up to the main line, we can see some more history and remains of the Hopton Wood branch line. No, so it does. It explains what it is on this. So it's basically an old. It's an old boiler. This is very similar to what we saw. Do you remember at the bottom of Middleton Incline, isn't it? Do you remember? Just after them wagons in that quarry.
Yes, yeah, it's been dumped aside, hasn't it?
It says here the Hopton Wood winding engine. So 1856 to haul wagons up the incline to from Hopton Wood Quarry. The haulage cable ran under the Cromford and High Peak Railway main line to the branch leading down to the quarry.
Must be graded then.
The trackbed of the branch can be seen in the fields behind you. So that's what we've just been looking at, isn't it? Here's a map, look, of that branch line. So we've just been looking at it, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's a branch line there, so we're heading in that direction, and that's the engine house there.
How did that work? It's not even in wind.
The cable, it says the cables come underneath. Yeah, strange.
Maybe they only pulled them so far up and then someone went and picked them up on the straight and brought them back onto this line. You know, like a shunter might have just gone into where it looks fair level in, from what I can see. Maybe it only pulled it up to a certain place further down, then an engine picked them up and brought them in, you know.
It's a good job that sign were there, actually. That's
We'd have been all over the place without that sign.
A lot of questions. It says to look in the fields behind you, and you'll see the track bed for that old branch at Hopton Wood Quarry. Not there, not much of a view these days, is it?
Really not. You need to go down there and walk along this road.
This is a really high bridge. Just wanted to come down and just have a look at this, the scale of this bridge. It's really, really tall. What a fantastic arch. It's just started raining again. It's spots of rain on the camera lens. It's love the masonry work. That protruding there. Just touched it. It's got all sorts of gunk on there, probably from all the quarry lorries that have come down over the years. But I mean, clean the lens. But just look at the stonework on there. So imposing, that. I mean, even for just the wing walls, the size of the stone. Oh, there's an inscription. What's that? I can't see. There's some writing on there. There's a name. Somebody laid this stone. I can't make it out, I'm sorry. It's hard to see too far in front because of the mist. This is a bridge we're on top of, isn't it now? It's just a bridge. Just a quarry down there now, isn't it? Look. Got a big old water tower on top.
Yeah.
Well, there's something more interesting just over my left shoulder here. This old hut. It's like a bothy. Sleep in here.
Could be, yeah. Someone maybe has.
It's like a bothy, isn't it? You see these like on the Pennine Way, like people put snacks and things in them, and you leave a little donation.
Someone donated something in a green bag. I don't know what that will be. I don't know.
Disgusting. Yeah, was there more lines?
Maybe there's another side in here.
Do you think there are a side and something in there? Yeah, there's another bridge. That is a bridge going under there, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
We haven't. There's nothing at this side though.
Oh yeah, there is now.
Very strange. But saying that though, if you look back at the little bridge we've just crossed next to the hut, that is wider on that side as well. So there must have been something on there. There must have been a siding. Right. So Hopton Incline, not as brutal as the first two inclines that we encountered. So there's a little bit of history to this one. So it started off as like a winding incline, like the sheep pasture and the Middleton incline. But in 1877, the chains, the incline was turned into just a normal standard railway, and it's the steepest adhesion-based incline, I believe, in the UK. I think it's the UK. Now there was a little bit more. There was a little bit of reprofiling work done, just to kind of shallow out some sections of the incline at the top and the bottom. I think at worst the gradient on the Hopton Incline is 1 in 14. So what was sheep pasture? 1 in 8? Was it? It was.
Yeah.
Massive difference. I know it's not as steep as the others, Phil. I still cannot get my head around the fact that they thought that trains could power themselves up here with goods.
You know what? That's what gets me. Did they have a bank here or what? You know what I mean? Why did they have a bank position at the bottom? Just push everything up if it was steep, instead of trying to get up and having to split the train into two and this, that and the other. Surely with a banker at the bottom? I don't think there was.
I know from a lot of the videos and photos I've seen, there are 2 locos, but they're at the front.
Yeah, they're still staggering to get up.
Yeah, they are, yeah. We'd like to show you some of the nice views from the top of the incline. You can't see very far, you can't see anything, can you?
Seat top thing.
Just can't see the top from here, yeah.
Oh, not as bad walk up as what I thought.
To the top, no. When you've done, well, we've done half at Middleton today, as well, haven't we? Sometimes engines needed several attempts to reach the top.
2 on that, it's only got 3 trucks on it, and they thought of that.
No, there's only 1. Oh no, there is 2. Yeah, sorry. 2 guards vans and 3 trucks. So, like I've just been saying, 1877, it was when London North Western Railway took over the railway that they removed the Hopton winding engine and turned it into engines coming up here under their own power. And it wasn't until 1903, so quite a while after that, isn't it, that they actually eased the gradient so locomotives could come up. One of the old fish plate rails setting to the bottom there, isn't it? So we're going to have a look at this information board. It might just tell us about where the winding engine was, and that was the railway cottage just there. Just an advert, is it, for the cottage accommodation? It's a bit bleak on days like today, but this would be a lovely spot, wouldn't it, on a nice summer's day. So that's leaving Middleton top, Hopton top. So on towards Harbour Rocks now, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see them.
I don't think we're going to get much views today of any rock formations in the neighbouring field. Got the road just at the side. There's some great footage, isn't there, on some of those old films of the trains coming along here and up the incline with a road at the side, people watching.
Folks everywhere, all the way along here, and loads of families and kids running around the track, trains only a few feet from them. It's like, you know, no health and safety inspected you at any time.
Looks better weather than today as well, doesn't it? And a bit of a level crossing here. You can see a little clearing here where people have have stamped down the grass to try and get a closer look at this. Some signpost or something. I've had a sign on at one time. Not massively interesting, but it's old railway related, isn't it? Not far off Harbour Rocks. They're I'm taking Phil's word for this. They're somewhere on the right. You hear the gunshots. Yeah, both sides, yeah.
What's going on front of me? Oh, they're there, look. Did you see him? There's a dog.
We'll see more of these on later videos. These retaining walls, if I hang you over as far as I physically feel comfortable with. Look, they've got the holes on top, you know, like the like the little stone sleepers. Yeah, fish plate holes. So yeah, like every 10 bricks or so. I wonder if they're old sleepers that they've repurposed into the wall. Yeah, you can see a little bit of harbour rocks through the mist. More old gate posts. It's just starting to rain again, Phil. Parsley Hay, 9.5 miles. Sound of the gunshots resonating around the rocks. These old gate posts here, look. There's the other one. So that's as far as we're going today on this section that we're filming. So that's it for this episode. So we just covered the stretch from Middleton Top through Hopton Tunnel, Hopton Incline, Hopton Top, and we're finishing here at Black Rocks, which, take our word for it, is just behind us. So we'll see you on the next one, which will be out whenever we get around to filming it. So take care, see you soon.
See you.